Thank you. A warm welcome to the audience. My name is Kai. I'm a member of the ColorDigital team located in Cologne, Germany. Thank you very much, Nami from Fadi, for the invitation and the organization. We are really, it's a great one for us to be here in Seoul to the summit. And for the next 30 minutes, I will present to you the digital possibilities of communication and creation of developments. Okay. Just two sentences to my person. I worked my whole life in the textile industry for a very successful company in Germany. And I quitted my job around 5 years ago. There were two reasons. The first reason was I became 50 and I wanted to change something in my work life. But the second reason was that it was a real problem for me to see how much waste the company produced in developing collections. So we have 6 collections per year in 11 different divisions. And I can tell you, and you know that also in your companies, how much waste a company produces. Apart from buying coupons, SMS, we produce around 100,000 pieces, collection pieces, to serve 76 countries, so we can add more and more points, and everybody knows what we are doing with all these waste. At the end, we are throwing it away. So I entered in the company ColorDigital. Doesn't work. Here we go. And it's thank you. ColorDigital has built an independent cloud platform for the communication, spectral communication between suppliers and brands. We are not doing that alone. We have really strong partners with the German Fashion Institute because we are talking about colors. Close friends are also Epson, Human Solutions, Penelope, X-Ray Pantone, everybody knows them worldwide, in ISO. And I'm coming back to them later while I'm explaining the system. So, what is our treatment in the textile industry? And that is anywhere. When you see, no, go back, please. When you see the weaver, it's one of our customers located in Italy. He's producing, and can you imagine that, 1 million meters of sampling only to sell his collection or to serve customers. With the average price of wool in this moment between 13 to 15 US dollars, just imagine what kind of big invest this customer has. The retailer in Germany, he sends out more than 100,000 parcels a year only for the development of a collection. When I'm with customers, I'm always asking the boss, the CEOs, can you tell me how much your company is spending the money for UPS or DHL? And the answer is always, I'm sorry, I do not know. But I can tell you, with my old company, this amount was more than 3 million euros only for sending parcels back and forth. And so we go deep into the processes of our supply chain. We're talking to designers, sourcing departments, 3D designers, and everybody, and I can tell you, everybody has the same problems anywhere in the world. And we have to face it. We have to face the digitalization of our supply chain. We are still very deep in analog processes, starting with the first idea of color, sending small swatches back and forth to the suppliers to get the idea on the product. We have to transform and to get the people back the digitalization in the supply chain. Just go through, please. So, what I would like to present you is that with the solution of the Dmlx Cloud, all these processes can be digitalized. And at the end, just go down, 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 down. And at the end, everybody is following for sure, one more please, that we have to speed up the development of collection. We heard it this morning. There are collections who need up to 22 months from the first idea to load up the product in the e-commerce. We have to rise up the quality for sure. We have to save costs in the development, and the big point today, we have to get more sustainable in all these processes. Therefore, I would like to present you, as I said, the cloud. The speed to market improvement is that you can save time in all processes of the development of the collection. And this is a result. We are talking about around 30% of speed. You can speed up. And this is an average of the results we get from our customers. And the second thing is that we can almost save around 40% costs while we are creating collections digital. What do you need for, one more please, what do you need for the digital development of a collection? And we can offer four big points for that. For sure, everything in the creation starts with the color. Therefore, in our cloud, we are measuring colors on a physical basement with spectral values, what we are communicating. We can also communicate materials, textures. I will show you later in a more firm. 1 second. For sure, you can communicate 3D objects. So we connect to third software parties, and you can work colorite on the screen. And at the end, for sure, in our business, we need products and images. Let's go through the supply chain in a short way. Everything what I said, we start with color sourcing. First step, what we are doing is, we are not sending any more swatches worldwide to the suppliers to get the color idea on the product we want. What we are doing is, we are facing the color standard directly with the customer, and then communicate these color standards, we call it QTX files, with the supplying and the diagnosis. We can have the fully digital lab dipping process. I will show you later. We are connected to, for example, the whole Adobe Word, so you can work colorite on your screen with pattern or weavers. You can be connected with your suppliers for trims and accessories to go ahead with the development of the 3D object. Whatever you can do on Photoshop, Illustrator, you can load up in the cloud and you can go directly in the 3D Word. What you see here, to have the first simulation and then work on it for the production. And everything what we do is not that, everything what we do is ready for production. We never, once you're in the digital world, you never go out or step out again. So everything what you do in the cloud, you can send directly via the cloud to the supplier, and he starts with the production. And at the end, we can also guarantee the color rightness of all product photos what you have, for example, in your e-commerce. So, all these divisions and all these possibilities always have different organizations in every different company. And therefore, the first step what we are doing is, when we are entering in a company, that we are creating an internal standardized workflow. And all the steps what I explained before, you see, are organized via the cloud. Once this standardized internal workflow is installed, you can be connected with whomever you want to. You can be connected with your supplier, you can be connected directly with your customer, with your designers working worldwide, anywhere, doesn't matter. Everybody's working on one place in the cloud and is talking about the same thing. I would like to show you that we love to connect. Alright, one second. Only wanted to show you, these are only some examples of customers what we have on the left-hand side. They are connected with the suppliers on the right-hand side. So The whole development, starting with the color, textures, 3D objects, everything is connected via the cloud. And the second thing is, okay, that we are, once more, please, is also that we are connected to all leading industry solutions. So we are only the platform because there are so many specialists, what we can't do, the 3D specialists, for example. And these are only examples. We are still connected to, and I'll show you later in a small film, that only via drag and drop you can communicate textures, colors, and you can create your styles in the digital world. One more. Therefore, we created these different possibilities. A customer can choose. He can, for sure, use the whole solution of the Dmlx Cloud. But there are some specialists, the suppliers, dining houses, who only want to have, for example, a matchbox. I'm getting deeper in it right now to explain. One of our biggest and most important partners is Pantone. Pantone is the worldwide analog color communicator, still. But when you see that the color Bibles, what you're buying, or in China, or in America, or in Germany, and we are measuring it, these colors, you have really big differences. And you're not talking about one color, even if it is said that it's the same chip or the same swatch what you have in your hand. Once you're just pressing your finger on a color, you will have a different measurement. So intensive are these colors. Therefore, we have integrated the whole Pantone library digital with spectral values in the cloud, and you can use them, and you do not need to buy any swatches or anything, because you drag and drop the colors, and you can communicate with your suppliers, and he knows precisely what to do with it. Okay. When we are entering in a customer, for sure, first thing what we do is that we are building an archive. It can be a color archive, doesn't matter whether it's 10,000 colors, 15,000 colors, doesn't matter. We can store them and organize them for each customer in his way. You can do it the same way with articles, with products, with 3D objects, whatever you want. The big advantage for this is that all these informations you will never lose. So in 3-4 years, you're looking for a color. First thing what you do is, you take the color, you drag and drop it in your archive and see, okay, we had this color or similar color. You do a match, and you can go ahead with the process much faster as before. Very important is the 3D library. Our intention is that in the future, the communication between the supplier and the customer will be digital via the cloud. Everybody knows from you the Premier Vision, the Milan Unica, the the fairs in around the world, where you have, I don't know how many suppliers presenting millions of articles. That is not sustainable, by the way. The communication, what we are doing is that we are simulating the articles. And I would like to show you a short film, how that works. We did this job with Günzer. Günzer is a very famous supplier in Turkey for woven fabrics. And Hugo Boss, hopefully everybody knows here, it's one of the biggest brands, or the biggest brand in Germany, and one of the biggest brands in Europe. So what we are doing is now that the collection of Günzer right now is in the digital cloud, and Günzer can communicate his developments directly with Hugo Boss and for sure with all other customers. Before, and that is very important to say, they are creating this via a software, and they are not producing 1 centimeter of fabric before you are presenting the collection and the brand. The customer is doing a decision. Everything what you see here is only data. It's a simulation what we are following with our software, and you can go directly in the 3D world and have a first impression of the article, whether this article is okay for going ahead in the development for the collection or not. The second very important thing is, and this is data, it's not a scan or something like that. And the second thing is that when the communication between the brand and the supplier in this way, you can immediately jump in a third software party, as for example, Cloud 3D, Browseware, or Human Solutions, where the customers are creating their own collection. This is an example for Assist. So Assist is also, this is a third software party now. You open the cloud and you drag and drop the idea, the articles, what you get from your supplier directly on the 3D object of Assist, and you can work on it. And just imagine, when you're on the fair, you're ordering an article what you like. After 4 or 5 weeks, you get the coupon. You're producing a proto of the coupon, and then after, I don't know, 8 weeks, you're taking the decision, I don't like it. It's not sustainable. Here, you can work on the whole digital collection. First, you even order 1 meter of a garment. Skip that. Therefore, it's our technique. It's not a little bit technical, but we are creating different layers to simulate articles, and I would like to show it to you. That it's not only the surface what you have. In the digital way, we are working on that very strictly with Google Boss. It's the hand fee on the one side, but we have to show whether the data, the simulated data, looks like, for example, wool. And this we can show in the next. We can jump over that. Thank you. We can show you the simulation, for example. And this is what we are doing right now. That this article is only data, and it really looks like wool. And you see how it falls down, because when you are working on the 3D object, for sure, it has to be right. One more, please. So we are now in a very big pilot project in Germany and with European brands to get all these physical properties like bendings, thickness, weight, and so on to simulate the garments perfectly. This is an example also from a customer from the first second. This company, Rudel, just to give you an impression, is 99.9% digital. Andreas, the owner, saved the last 2 years around 80% of his proto and sampling costs. That is a huge number. And the customer accepts it right now to take the decisions, even color decisions, on the screen. He's located in Germany. He's connected via the cloud with his office in Hong Kong, 2 productions in China, 1 in Italy. And the moment the customer takes a decision, he presses only 1 button, and via the cloud, the production starts with all information you need for creating, for example, this button. One more, please. Yeah, the matchbox is, you can go ahead with the film. One more. Switch off the sound. The matchbox is the way, the possibility in our cloud to communicate the whole lab dipping process digital. Just imagine what we are doing today is we have an idea, we have a swatch, we are sending the swatch to the supplier, to a person we do not know who makes the decision, because he makes a measurement of the color and then goes into the lab dipping process. That is now for us over, because the customer has to make the decision before with the measurement. Then one example, our customer Mambo, for example, he asked around for 6,000 lab dips per year, and for every lab dip he has to follow with, in average, 8 emails. So just think about it, how many emails you have to write to follow up this process. The system, the Dmlx Matchbox, is organizing everything itself with all the technical support the dyeing houses, suppliers need behind. And what we are also guaranteeing, therefore we need a calibrated screen, you can match the colors directly on your screen before the supplier is sending back a sample to you. You know, you saw it before, the process of the lab dipping process, back and forth, takes time from 4, 6, 8 weeks to get the right color. With all the customers we are doing the matchbox, in between 4 to 6 days, all colors, all lab dippings were ready. Okay. Next project, Dmlx Packs, is that we are in the pilot project to standardize all metadata. Everybody knows of you, booking.com or flights.com, where you are searching for hotel or search for flight. We are doing the same thing now with the Dmlx Cloud, that we are facing the standardization of information from the supplier and also from the brand. And then once via the cloud, the article will be sent, one more please. All information via one click goes right through the PLM system. And then have a look that Hugo Boss, for example, needs an article very quick to go fast to the market. And he can search in the cloud with all connected suppliers with the parameters, I don't know, I need wool, I need red, the color red, I need the price. He drops off in the system, and the system will tell you in between 1 second all the possibilities the market can serve. And then, because everything is standardized, once Hugo Boss takes the decision, he can put immediately, via drag and drop, the article in his digital library and has all PLM information needed right directly behind. That now with power, please. This is the way, digital way of communication right now. Thank you very much for your attention. It was a great honor to be with you. Thank you very much.